When the series finale of Lost aired live on May 23, 2010, something rather peculiar happened during the credits. This is different from the black background with credits that Lost fans were used to that played alongside a trailer for the episode to follow. The problem with these credits is that while it showed footage of the crash site, which is a nice sentiment and callback to the beginning, it did not show any of the survivors around it. This led to a lot of confusion and led people to believe that they were dead the whole time. Even myself, a huge fan, understood the final church scene as Christian had described it, and I didn't believe they were dead the whole time.
Everything that's ever happened to you is real.
They're all dead.
Some of them before you, some long after you.
But why are they all here now?
Well, there is no now here.
And I thought it was great, except this IH interview with Nadia, but then when the credits rolled immediately following these last few minutes, I had to check myself and wonder, wait, did I misunderstand what I just saw? Since then, I've received clarification, which I'll now relay to you. But first, understand, viewer, this person who saw this may have been a casual viewer that drew that conclusion, got upset, and moved on with their life, but continued to push that narrative due to their interpretation of this ending. Not everyone was on message boards or social media to seek out answers to this, and, after all, for a show that's been on the air for 6 years, this seems to be intended. Without any clarification, a viewer may be left to that belief to this very day, more than a decade later, that they were dead the whole time.
They're all dead.
However, not all fans were like this and did continue to seek out information post-show. Some of those fans also found this to be confusing and, allegedly, Damon and Carlton claimed they did not intend to have this role during the credits. Well, at first anyways. The reason it was put in was for a buffer, a moment of reflection, of decompression. I mean, while it would have seemed a little weird to play a preview for the next episode of NCIS or whatever was airing on ABC at the time, it may have not led to such confusion. ABC did realize what a colossal fuck-up they had created. This moment of reflection and decompression was confirmed by an ABC spokesperson who did a press statement with the LA Times less than 48 hours later to clarify and claim that it did not tie into the story. Then, we hear it from Damon's point of view.
There was an interpretation. I think a large part of it came from ABC's decision to run footage of the plane wreckage over the end credits of the finale. And we publicly got out and said, oh my God, that was not our idea.
Right.
To the show.
Then a few years later at Paley Fest in 2014, we hear it from Carlton's point of view.
They were not dead the entire time.
Yeah.
So Barry Johnson, who was this wonderful executive at ABC who we worked with, he said, do you have any footage that we could just sort of play kind of quietly? And, you know, the thing is, you don't just go shoot random footage for the show. So we kind of looked through the archives. There wasn't really a lot of shots, but we had put the plane on the beach in the first year of the show, and then we had to take it off the beach because the tides on the North Shore in Hawaii changed dramatically, and we had to take the plane off the beach. So before we did that, we took some shots of the plane wreckage, and so we thought, well, let's just put those at the end of the show when the finale airs, and it'll be that kind of little buffer and lull before we go to commercial. And then when people saw the shots of the plane and there were no people there, that I think exacerbated the problem.
So it was actually their decision, but they realized the error of their ways when fans came to them not long after the finale and said,
This is ridiculous.